Hello, it's Saturday. It's Marshall. How's it going? Sorry for the delay. Oops, I'm late. I'm late for this stream by about an hour, so I apologize for that. Yeah, I figured it'd be cool to hook up the Little Phatty over here and try out the Omnisphere 2.5 upgrade with hardware profiles and see how that sounds. If I sound a little different, I'm wearing a lavalier mic, so I can walk over back there and start jamming away. But let me just show you guys kind of how this works. So when you set this up, Omnisphere will prompt you if you need instructions on how to set this up. I'm using Ableton Live, which they don't have an example for this, but from what I've found so far, and I've just been setting this up over the last hour, you just basically go into Ableton and make sure that in your profile, where am I at here? Let me close this. And the preferences, that you've got your input and outputs enabled. So right here, my Little Phatty is enabled for input tracking, and output tracking is usually on by default somewhere. It's probably in here somewhere, and I'm just blind. But anyways, so that's kind of how that works. And so what I've done is I've set up Omnisphere, and then I also have an external instrument input set up. Like what I'll probably do is, and this is the first time I've really tried this, I've literally only spent a couple minutes just making sure this works for the stream, but we'll try and kind of A/B these. They definitely sound different to me from the testing real quick that I did. Obviously, I mean, Omnisphere is not a Little Phatty, but it has some of the character from what I can tell so far. The other thing is I'm not going to be able to see my screen, so hopefully this will translate well, because I'm going to be over on the synth and doing some sound design, and then we can come back here and maybe change some of the patches, and then go back to the Little Phatty and see what happens. Because what this will do is it'll actually load up a new patch, a new bank of patches. So you see LFAT. And so these are all replaced kind of what I had in here initially, I think. And we'll see how this works. I'm kind of excited to test this out. And I do have a Sub 37, and maybe I'll do that on another stream or make a separate video for that, and a Slim Phatty. Those are all in the hardware list. And to get to that, there's a little HW button up here. And you can see I've selected the Little Phatty. But then there's also the boutiques. I have several of those. Might be fun to test some of those out. And I have a monologue. I've got some Clavia stuff, but I have a Nord Wave, which that's not either of these. So hopefully, Omnisphere will keep expanding this list. I think this is a really cool idea. And yeah. So anyway, let me jump over there and see how this works. So right now, what I've done is I've just got the local output turned off on the Phatty. So as I play this is actually Omnisphere. I'm not sure what's going on with my pitch wheel here. But if you switch presets, and let's see what happens. I mean, it is changing. I'm not seeing it change on the screen. But that's interesting. And then, let's just go over to Ableton. And real quick, we'll just we'll mute Omnisphere. Turn on the Phatty. So it's a different sound altogether, which is fine. But I just was curious if that would line up at all. So I'll go back and change this back. But as I'm turning the filter, let's check the resonance. That sounds pretty good. Let's see, how's my volume? Might be a little low. Let's bring just a little more volume in here. That sounds pretty good. Alright, let's try some modulation here. So we got an LFO, it's a triangle. Let's turn the speed up here. Crank the amount. And then the other thing with the Phatty, it was really cool because you had the overdrive. Let's just turn that down. Let's try and crank the overdrive and see what happens. Whoa, shit. That might be too loud. Let me back off the volume. And you can see it did switch to the effects section, which has a bright Vox cabinet on here. So that's pretty cool. As soon as I switch to that. Okay, and the volume on here works too, which that's really cool. That's pretty impressive. That's definitely got the character of the Phatty, which that's pretty neat. All right, let's try and pick a preset from on here. I wonder if it'll change the synth patches or the settings on the synth. So let's find one. Let's try this one. Cyber Flutter. I didn't see it change anything, but let's see. Ooh, cool. Is that polyphonic? That's cool. I dig that. That's awesome. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Let's try a different one. Let's try the one right under that dark noise. Let's see what that is. Interesting. That's a nice little effects patch here. Awesome. So let's try scrolling through some from the panel. I'm kind of bummed. It doesn't seem like this actually changes with what's on Omnisphere. That would be kind of a neat thing. But actually, it doesn't seem like it's changing anything. That's kind of the same thing going on there. Let's try, I guess we'll just pick one. So this one's called Detuned Euro Pluck. I really like that it comes through as you've got the polyphonic patches. The other thing I wish is that I could switch the patches from the synth. Well, let's try some more here. And I'm sorry, you guys aren't going to probably be able to see this because the way the screen's cut off. But I want you to be able to see the interaction with the synth itself. But if we go here, here's the list of patches. Oh, that's like not even. Where's the Phatty? Let me make sure we got the right hardware picked here. Little Phatty. There we go. All right. Dance with me. Let's try that one. All right. Whoa, shit. Sorry. Ears. So LFO's got an oscillator 2. I think is on. Ooh, that's nice and low there. Let's try, I can't see the envelope section, but let's try adjusting our envelopes a little bit. Not hearing any change with the envelopes. I've got them all closed. Interesting. Alright, so now that we're in the right section. Alright, let's pick another one. So Happy Poppers. That sounds interesting. I'll try that one. It's cool. It definitely has the character of the Phatty, which is I like that. All right, now let's try our filter or our envelopes again here. Now something's happening, that's good. Turn some glide on. Nice Excite Bike adventures going on. Let's change oscillator 1's waveform. Cool. That's pretty neat. Alright, let's pick a different pattern here, a different patch. Let's see. Fat Juicer. See what that does. Not super impressive. Let's try a different one. We got some folks in the chat. Sorry, guys, I've been over here jamming away. We got Bobby in there. We got Mercy, sorry, and Mike. How's it going, guys? All right, let's snag another one here. Fatty Gun. Fatty Gum. Here's a sci-fi. It's called Sci-Fi. Let's try that one. Ooh, crazy. Oh, Jesus. All right, that sounds more like ear piercing than sci-fi. Hey, we've got CompuCat join the chat. How's it going, man? Or miss, if you're a miss. Let's see what else. So the cool thing was, what I noticed is inadvertently, somehow I had gotten onto some different patches in here, and they work, and you can still control these from the Little Phatty, which I like. I think that's pretty cool. So from the patch set that's in here, these definitely seem to have the character of the Little Phatty, which is nice. I don't think that necessarily I would want to use these instead of my Little Phatty, but it takes you to some interesting things there. Yeah, so let's just try a few more of these out here. Slim Obese. Okay. Ooh, I like that. That sounds good. Let's try not to do that. And these do seem to be monophonic patches, so. But I'm betting that you can definitely go and change that. So we got a little bit of overdrive. Let's get a little more crunch on that. So, and for those of you who are just joining or not really sure what the hell I'm doing here, I am using Omnisphere 2.5 with the hardware profile for the Little Phatty. So the sound that you're hearing is coming from Omnisphere 2.5 only. All right, so let's try a few more here. Tactical mission. That sounds cool. I mean, that is surprising how good that sounds. So, and just as an example, let's go back. Let's turn the Phatty on, and let's go through some of the presets on the Phatty. So I'll go here. So we'll just mute Omnisphere, and we'll go back to the Phatty. So right now, no sound because I've got local turned off. We'll turn it back on. Oh, and because I've closed everything. And the filter is closed. So this is from the Little Phatty now. So something we did got it all confused. Here's a squares patch. So you can see, you know, just us playing around with those, that it definitely, the Omnisphere is doing a good job of approximating what the Little Phatty sounds like and giving some of that character. So I think that even if you don't have a Little Phatty, if you've got Omnisphere 2.5, which is a free upgrade for owners of 2.0, you guys can at least load up the patches. Now it's gonna, when you do that, it's definitely gonna mess up all the CC settings. So if you're used to using an external controller of some kind, you know, it's going to be assignable for what the Little Phatty is transmitting on. So let's keep that in mind. But yeah, let's try a few more patches here. from within Omnisphere. It's a really cool thing. I'm curious to see how it does with the Sub 37. I think that's a very interesting synth. But my Phatty, I haven't touched it in a while. And then the Slim Phatty, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be very similar to the Little Phatty. I've got a Slim Phatty in my rack down here. I thought that the Little Phatty would probably be a little more interesting since it's got a built-in keypad and we can literally not touch the computer while we do some tweaking. So let's see. Times Square, let's try that one. Oh, that's the Phatty still. Let me go turn that off. Turn Omnisphere back on. Oh yeah, and if you're hearing that high pitch, that's from the Phatty. I don't know what's going on with that. A little bit of ground loop noise. No biggie though. All right. Oh shit, mama. And I'm a big sucker for the square waveforms in general. And when you do it on a Moog, it just sounds so amazing. Like the mini Moogs, very, very awesome sounding. This is the Little Phatty is one of my favorite synths ever. So, and that's just a cool sound. And even this isn't even coming from this, coming from Omnisphere. Oof. Hope no one's wearing headphones. About probably killed you. All right, let's pick some more here. So let's try, and I think I had done this already on accident, but we could try picking a different type of preset, something that's polyphonic most likely. Let's find one of the boutiques real quick. I think that'd be cool. Here's some Nord lead stuff. OB6. Novation Peak, Prophet 12. I don't know what a PRO6 is, but Prophets, that's probably Prophet 6, I guess. I don't know. Prophet X. Is that what that's supposed to be? I'm very confused right now, actually. Oh, come on. I wanted to look at. Yeah, so in the Dave Smith realm, okay, so I've got an OB6, Prophet 12, Rev 2. So, and those are all very popular synths nowadays, so some of you may have at least one of those. I really dig that they put the older Clavias and the older Access viruses in here. I think that's really neat. Yeah, let's find some Jupiter. Let's find some Juno 6 patches. So so there's the SEO2. Sub 37, System 8 virus, Voyager. Am I missing it? It's gonna be alphabetical order. This will be up here. Okay. Yeah, let's try some of these. Let's try this phasey pad from the Little Phatty and see what that sounds like when we do some tweaking with our Little Phatty here. Sorry about that. right, let's try a different one. Still cool. Here's one called Razzle Dazzle. Don't know what that's about. Let's see. Now let's try some modulation. Let's go to the filter. Pretty sweet. You can't go wrong with some nice LFO modulated filter. All right, let's try some different stuff. Let's go back into our preset patches. Let's see what else kind of goodness I have in here. So that's pretty cool, though. I mean, again, if you have one of the hardware synths that's in here and you have Omnisphere, it's cool that they actually give you the ability to control some of these other preset patches for different synths. So like in this case, Little Phatty is a mono synth, and I'm playing some JU06 patches that are polyphonic. So yeah, is this the prologue? I think that's what that's supposed to be. Probably. Let's try some of these. Cold storage. That sounds nice. Especially since it's starting to get cold outside and the winter coming. All right. Ooh. That's cool. It's kind of like a weird panning. Let's try changing our waves here. Wave. So that doesn't seem to do. And that could be because we're not playing on a prologue. But like if I turn this, oh, something's moving there. The wave shape is moving. Wave. So it does seem like it's trying to do something. Very cool. All right, sorry guys. Let me check up on the chat room here. See what's going on. We got Mike Delic in there as well. How's it going, Mike? We got two mics. Bobby, how you doing, man? CompuCat says it's been a while since he's joined the stream, been able to catch a live stream. So thanks for tuning in, man. All right. Well, I think I'll probably leave it there. I know it's we've probably only been going for about 40 minutes or so. But I'm kind of out of ideas to play around with this. But that's really cool. Like I said, I love the idea here. Being able to utilize the software with a hardware synthesizer gives it a nice tactile feel. And again, it has the characteristic of the synth that I'm using, which I like. The only thing I wish is that if I was to change the preset or the preset itself in the synth, it doesn't seem like it actually moves around to the different presets in Omnisphere. That would be the only thing, because then you have to still come back or whatever. So yeah, Heathcliff, how's it going, man? Heathcliff says clever bit of software engineering. I agree. I think it's a great idea and executed quite well. And we'll have to try some of my other synths on this for the next few weeks and see how that goes. But very cool. Hats off to Omnisphere. I've always loved Omnisphere. I use it all the time. It's probably my favorite software-based synthesizer, and it's an expensive piece of software, but it's got just, it's got the granular synthesis in it. It's got all these great effects. The modulation routing capabilities is just crazy. It's not that difficult to use once you understand the interface. The thing that always threw me off about Omnisphere when I got it is to be able to zoom in. They have the little magnifying glasses here. That always kind of threw me off, and I would be like, where can I get to, like my envelopes? Okay, but you have to hit the little thing, and but once you get that down, I think it's pretty intuitive. I like the way it works, and I really like the way it sounds. Some great sounds that you can make in here, and the preset libraries are just ridiculous. And now that they've kind of added some of these hardware style presets in here as well, that emulate some of the hardware synthesizers. That's really neat. So, all right, folks, gonna have to call it a day for today. Apologize. Sorry for being late. It's my fault. Sorry, but I'm here, and I'll be back next weekend. Try it for 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So I hope you can make it. If not, just catch the replay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you like what's going on, hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.